Welcome to a sneak peek of the game Dispel. This is an action RPG, and it is heavily in development at the moment. For example, although there are 11 classes, 2 of them, specifically the Thief and the... I can click faster, but it won't register. The Thief and the Bonebreaker do not have proper skill trees. There's absolutely no skills they can use whatsoever. I would suggest you either be the Cleric, but not as a skeleton, because you can't heal yourself, you'll just damage yourself. There's 3 races. The Hunter, Satyr would be a pretty good one. Or just Sorcerer or Knight. So with those 4 classes, we've narrowed down our 11 classes to 4. Now we'll go back up and take a look at the races that might go with this. The Satyr cannot use helmets or boots. They can't use helmets because of the giant horns and mask on their head, and they can't use boots because they have goat feet. Fungoid can't equip helmets. These can have some influence on your abilities because many of the martial classes, physical battle abilities, they have set items in wizard robes. So you can wear, say, a wizard hood and a wizard cloak, and you'll have better stats, marginally. It's not that significant of an increase, so you won't necessarily gimp yourself that badly. It's just a small disadvantage, assuming you'd ever find a hat you could use. Neither the Fungoid nor the Satyr could use helmets. This suggests to me that you may want to avoid giving them wizardy classes. However, that being said, for the Fungoid, the Barbarian's probably not a bad pick, because since he's weak to fire, the Barbarian skill tree does have a fire shield, meaning he'll have resistance to fire. Alright. For the Satyr, we're actually going to go with Hunter, because we'll be able to move quickly. Hunter is a very good pick for your first time playing. I've cleared the one and only level, the Catacombs, we'll say a good 20 times. So I have a good feel for how the rooms are generated. It is a randomly generated dungeon that you enter. So we'll pick our hairstyle. You get for your knowledge, you want to pick one that you're comfortable looking at for the entirety of the game from the back of the head. Let's get a slightly better color that we can see. I think that looks okay. Then for skin color, whoops, I think that looks alright. Maybe change our hair again. Now we'll go stick with default here. We'll be green because the bow users, they share a skill panel with the nature class. It doesn't necessarily mean you should go bow and nature spells, but they do share a skill panel, so we'll make ourselves green eyes. As for the mask, we'll pick this one, and the horns will make them tinier, because I don't want them obscuring my view. It does get in the way. Alright, with that in mind, we're going to call ourselves... I don't know how to say it, though. I think it's Satyr. Jean-Paul Sartre is what it's named after, not because of any beliefs in his governance, politics, or whatever. It's just because it looks similar to Satyr, so that's why I went with that. Once you've loaded into the game, when you step forward and onto those tiles right there, the floor is going to give away from you, and you'll enter the catacombs proper. From there, a curse will hit you, and after a certain amount of time, we'll say 20-30 minutes, it'll be forever. Even after you return to the catacombs and another playthrough, basically a new game plus, you'll still have that curse. However, you can dispel it by paying 1,000 gold if the shopkeeper randomly has the curse scroll, or if you defeat the mega boss. It seems to drop the book of Dispel Curse. It says book, but it is a consumable one-use item. Taking a look at our skill tree, you note that we only have 1 point. This point is shared with our attributes, so if I were to spend on dexterity, you'll note that I can no longer level up my bow skills. If we were to get this, we get an extra 10% damage, but bear in mind that we will probably be doing roughly 15 odd damage. So we would increase our damage by 1 point. Not that big a deal. It's just fine to not spend your points right now. And you get 2 skill points per level. So towards the end of this, you're looking at Dexterity 34, Luck 30. That's 64 skill points, or 32 levels worth of attributes. You can circumvent some of that by having items that give you stat bonuses, such as these 3 set items of the plated leather armor gives me +2 luck. Okay, but realistically, you're not going to ever reach this, at least not in the current version of the game I'm playing. It just has the catacombs. Your inventory is larger than it looks, feel free to scroll up and down, and moons is your currency. As for your arrows, you have infinite arrows. Oh, and also, that animation begins as soon as I left click, so if I left click now, hands are off the computer, it'll just go and fire the arrow. There is no press and hold. Your character will always fire immediately, meaning that there's a huge delay between when you see a monster and they're aiming at it. In addition to the travel time of the arrow, you have to wait for the whole archery animation. There's nothing behind us, and let me actually toggle down mouse look. Once we hit the ground, we get cursed, and if you take a look up here, it's random. It could be you lose 30% of your health, it could be you can never run again, but the curse that we will get when that bar finishes, the border will finish coloring red, we will have reduced our magic attack by 30%. So we need to finish this dungeon before that. Poison from that. With the bow and arrow, you can basically do critical hits on demand, provided you can hit them in the head. Well, that one poison tomb that had no treasure in it, look how much health it's costing me. And there's no easy way to regain health, mind you. Now, these things are, if you assume that the game is built in tiles, such as this is a floor tile, then this is a floor tile, and then this is a floor tile. Basically, if you think of it as a grid-based map generation, whenever these things are up against the wall, you have enough room to just sort of walk past it. When you enter these little chambers, take a look at the ceiling before you proceed further, and you can see that there's spikes there. So if we were to walk up here, that would slam down and do significant damage to us. You don't want to necessarily shoot jars with your bow and arrow. What you want to do instead is use your heavy attack, which is just melee when you're using the bow. That's significantly better. Do definitely smash up the jars that you meet, because you'll see lots of health potions. This room is always similar, at least the wall layout. There's going to be a lever right there, and there's going to be a spike rolly trap up and down. There might be other traps other than those, but those will always be there. So we have one of the propeller traps, there's the spike rolly trap, and that looks like it. The reason I mention it is you don't want to be rushing through to try to avoid the spike rolly trap, and then like that right there. Okay, see how much health I lost? I'm almost dead. One good hit and I'm goner. We'll go ahead and drink our health potion. Okay. Thanks, game. I got a sage robe out of that. Not exactly worth the pain. The game does kill you very easily. It holds no qualms about that. Actually, we entered from that way. As for the map, you can't actually pull up the map individually, but you can mouse wheel right now, and that'll zoom the map out further. I don't remember there being traps inside the corridors with the darker ceilings. If the traps kill the zombies, you do not get experience for it. That was me leveling up. Unfortunately, the level up does not give you like a refill on your life or anything. Okay, that one almost killed me. I rolled. You can't really see because the camera is pressed. Okay, that one killed me. Okay, let's try that again. Now that I'm done running my mouth, let's take this a little more seriously, and I'll show you what I typically do to secure the area. First, as soon as I land, I start finding the edge of the map and skirting it around to find a giant chamber. This is a heal area. If you are a skeleton, you'll take holy damage instead. In general, I would ignore all the monsters, and the only thing I'm smashing these pots and vases for are divine healing potions, because you can generally find a good amount. So like there's a skeleton to my right, don't even care. He's never gonna get to me, even if I'm not sprinting. This is not it. I can tell by the map and the flooring, but this is it right here. You can see on the map it's much brighter on the minimap. This room tends to be very heavily trapped. Let me try to trigger that one. These pillars will also have traps, so you want to watch out for them. I don't know if it's always going to be that way or if it's just luck of the random generation, but I've never had a spike trap from the ceiling appear on any tile with, say, a chest or pots. That might be just a matter of map generation. This setup is always the same. We'll start from the stairway so that you can at least have a consistent perspective on the situation. This is the exit. Don't drop down the pit. That's no good. What you want to do is you want to flip that switch over there. Though I wish you could arrow it like Baldur's Gate, but no such luck. But that's what you have to do. Is you just have to go there. There's one of those javelin traps there, and another javelin trap there. And there almost always is a barrel in the way right there. These sarcophagi, not generally worth looting unless you're a skeleton. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to trigger this. Then grab this chest. See if there's any treasure in these. Okay, there's one. It's not a heal potion though. Just wait for this to rise. Wait for it to finish descending and then go in. We have secured our exit. Now, should we ever feel the pressure, whether it's health or curse timer, we just return here and leave. That's it. And I've also disabled the spike trap in front of the door, so if I were to ever, head over here and forget about it, I'd be okay. Alright, that's my first kill of this match. Even though I had gotten a level earlier, that was in the previous life, so it doesn't count. Nothing could save. We got ancient breastplate. That's the thing that the knight would have started with. This is my weight. It's a factor of your endurance. So if we were to start leveling that up, you won't see it until you hit accept, which I think is lame. But it's probably to keep people from gaming the system that they haven't yet figured out how to not do. Such as if I was getting hit by a bunch of monsters, I could maybe level up my constitution without hitting accept or something. I don't think that's why they did that. I think they just haven't made any sort of predictor to show you what your stats would look like. If I start leveling up my strength, actually it doesn't show that I'm gonna get more P attack. If I start leveling up my dexterity, it says I'll get more P attack, but it's not going to show anything until I hit accept. Alright, the reason I say all this is something like this has 500 weight units. Unfortunately, there's no numbers here, but we'll try equipping this, and I'm still a medium, thankfully. Once you go to the next tier, your movement speed will decrease, but most importantly, your attack speed will decrease. As far as I can tell, when you're swinging, it doesn't matter if it's a 2 damage attack or a 30 damage attack, it appears to be the same consistent stun rate. So you might stun an enemy 1 out of every 2 hits. In general, that means that having a faster swing is better than having big, heavy swings. However, I like the two-handed axe because it covers such a large area you can hit 4 enemies easily. As long as I don't go to the next tier, I think I'm alright. Yeah, it's only just 11 more points of defense. We don't have boots available to us because we are Satyr. We can't use that or a helmet. We can try to equip these gloves, and we are now at heavy, so that the gloves themselves pushed us over the limit. If I want to increase my weight capacity, I just need to level up my endurance. At this point, remember that I have not actually spent anything in my attributes or my skills. Haha. Juke him. If you are... Now, I'm not a Dark Souls player. I've never played that franchise. Because it seems like such a tall skill ceiling to start from a newbie's perspective. It's one of the reasons why I never got into League of Legends. Because I figure I'll just get online, and then I'll get banned because people think I'm trolling when I'm just new to the game. I've heard it's really toxic. But anyways... I've never been a Dark Souls player, but if you are, this will probably be very easy for you. That being said, if you are a Dark Souls player, you probably would just rather play that. That's a boss, by the way. I can see him glowing in the distance. I doubt I'll be able to hit him. We can try to kill him, though. We have some time. But we'd like to clear the way so that we're not getting hit by a bunch of other monsters at the same time. Whenever you run past a body of an enemy that you have killed, just smash the E button. The game doesn't really do a good job telling you when there's items on the floor. There's no auto pickup, and the way the game currently has pickup implemented, you go into an animation to pick things up. In that vein, I'm glad there's no auto pickup. But I think you should just get rid of the animation. Just give the item to the player. And now I'm not entirely sure, but I think I might have dodged a javelin trap. Nope. I heard him approaching, but I was locked into the bow animation. But anyways, I think I managed to dodge a javelin trap just by picking up a treasure underneath it. Not intentional on my part, but I didn't suffer any damage. Oh yeah, I can't wear a hood. That's the same thing we've got. Trident, long arrows. Wow, I've never seen an arrow drop in the game. Now, when you're fighting, the game makes you attack in the direction your character is facing, and that you do not instantly spin around. So let's say an enemy was behind me, and I pressed S to attack, to face him, and I immediately clicked it to attack. I wouldn't be attacking him. I'd probably attack somewhere in between my forward facing and the enemy itself. Bows, thankfully, do not have that problem. One of the issues I have with spellcasters is there's no crosshairs, and the game just casts wherever it feels like. I'm not saying that I can't play without crosshairs, but geez, it is just all over the place. There's not much there. Is that all the loot? Alright. We're still very healthy, but we are running low on time. So let's see if we can... Okay, I don't know if I'm just not seeing it sometimes. Maybe I just didn't look straight up on that one. Someone dropped it. It's just water. After we're done with this room, we'll go ahead and head on out. There's not always one there, by the way. In fact, there's rarely one there. It looks like the area to the... Oh, I guess I'm heading the wrong way. This looks like it's a merchant. If you start attacking them, you lose reputation with mechs, and I guess merchants and other mechanical things in the future will not be friendly to you. So you can buy stuff or sell stuff, whatever. We'll go ahead and sell this hunter bow, these old arrows, boots. We'll hold on to the rest for now, and we'll take a closer look at them later. Let's go ahead and head on out. My time limit is almost up. If I make another wrong turn, I'm gonna get cursed forever. Jeez, okay. Well, I did clear the entrance. I cleared the entrance of a different exit right there, that one. Oh, cool. There's a new level. This is brand new to me. The game did just update, and it's always like a 3 gig download because I think everything is just packaged in one thing. And so no matter what they choose to update, if they choose to update a spelling... Oh, jeez. Okay, apparently that was a spike trap from below. This is, as I said, this is my first time in this level. But, oh, come on, that should have hit him. Sometimes baiting the enemy to attack is a good way to buy yourself some time. Come on, let's try and roll. The roll is the same button as the sprint, and if you are trying to sprint or roll or whatever, the buttons don't always do what you want. When I want to change from sprinting to rolling, I let go of the shift key and immediately start mashing. Alright, so we get ancient forearm pads. Okay, well, it's probably going to offer us more defense. Now that, and not too much more weight. Also, we can't wear helmets, so I might as well have sold that earlier. Not going to need those. Might want some dexterity, so we'll keep the sinners stuff. Don't think we'll need luck. Oh, that is our current gear, though. It is a lot lighter weight. But hold on the Sinner's gear in case you want to get the set bonus for leveling things up. There's some holy gloves. I don't think we can put that on, can we? No, not without going over. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had a second match before. Well, that's a waste. Scroll of Wisdom, I think the Golem, yep. They kind of see through walls. But on the flip side, they have a really hard, they had almost no peripheral vision. Let's try to find the exit. I don't even know what the exit looks like on this level. Stop worrying about the bad guys now. This looks like it might be an exit. Yeah, it wasn't lit up, so I didn't think I could leave yet. Just looking for a lever or something. Just in case I stumble into a trap. Like that. It didn't hit me, but it was close. That one hit me, yeah. Okay, thanks, game. I'm looking to see if there's a lever in this room anywhere. Maybe I have to defeat the boss of this floor. That would be very strange for the rooms to interact in any way with each other. I'm almost certain that's not going to be the case. What we'll do after this match is I'll load up my knight from the demo and show you the boss. This will probably kill me, since I am not anywhere near ready to fight, and I've used up all my potions already. Alright. I'm gonna hit restart for now because I've had experiences where I'll hit menu and your save file is just deleted, probably because the game thinks you don't want to play that character anymore. I'm gonna just hit restart and we'll call it an episode here. I have 2 more videos lined up, one with a higher level knight character and then a more informative episode. Thank you very much for watching Tran Plays Dispel. I'll see you next time.